Hello, hello, beautiful souls. How are we doing today? Hello. What day is it today? Wednesday? Thursday? It's Thursday. Merry Thursday, everybody. How are we doing today? It's Thursday, yeah. Someone's on the ball. Hello, Jamie. How are you doing, my love? Hello, Oz. How are you guys? How is everybody? Trying. You succeeded. I thought it was Wednesday. Never mind. Happy Thursday. Yes. How are we doing today? I have no idea what's going on. All the days just blend, you know? It's a rare Alice sighting. Yeah. I know I've been saying this for a while now, but I know I'm not streaming as often as I would like to. I have to watch you on YouTube. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. There's just like, I know it sounds like normal human excuses. I've just got so much going on in my life right now. You know, hopefully I'm moving soon, and that's taking up a lot of my time. So you know, when I'm not around streaming, I am still working on content. So I'm still around. You know, I'm still working like for you guys and for the community. It's just, yeah, it's a rare sighting. Yeah, I'll take that. That's very accurate. I'm pleased that I'm able to keep up with the Mystical Monday stuff. I'm streaming every Monday. Last week was a little bit different, but we did our stream on Tuesday instead. I had like loads to do on Monday, and I needed to be available for phone calls and things, so I wasn't around last Monday, but I was on Tuesday, and I'm still making videos and things. Oh my goodness, still making videos and such. Thank you so much, Oz, for gifting us up to Jamie. I'm losing my voice. Christ, we've only just started. Excuse me. Thank you so much for gifting that sub, Oz. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Welcome back, Jamie. 6 months. You got your 6-month badge now. Enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, so, you know, the latest video, it's Kitty Powers. Sorry, not sorry. You guys asked for it, so there it is. That's the latest YouTube video. So, you know, if you haven't seen that, I can't believe I'm promoting this, but I go watch it. It's from a stream like last summer or something. It's like an older stream. It's not recent gameplay. I have different hair. I'm not even going to pretend that it was recent. I have different hair, and I was in my old house. 13 months, Oz. Holy hell. Pushing all the shiny buttons, don't mind me. Thank you for 13 months. Holy macaroni. You cray. We already knew this. But yeah, go check that out on YouTube if you fancy a bit of a laugh. It's such a dumb game. It's such a dumb game, and you guys know that I hate it, and you know that I think it's a dumb game, and that's why you keep asking me to play it. I hate you guys. So yeah, I made it into a YouTube video, so go check that out if you haven't already. Say hi to YouTube as well, everybody. We're on YouTube right now. Well, not right now, but a VOD will be on YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm confusing the rerunners completely, aren't I? We're live, but not for the rerunners. But yeah, so this week, I mean, we had our Mystical Monday stream. Hi, YouTube. We had our Mystical Monday stream. Again, if you haven't seen that, that's now on YouTube. We had our what's it called, vibe check for the foreseeable future. I mean, it used to be week on week, didn't it? But now it's just more of a, this is what's coming up, you know. We tend to look further ahead than a week. And we talked about ghosts. We had some ghost stories, sort of stories, just relaying experiences that we've had of a spoopy nature. So yeah, you know, that's on YouTube if you missed that. It's also being rerun as well, so you can watch it on Twitch as well, but I would always urge you to watch it on YouTube, because it serves the community a little bit better when you watch stuff on YouTube rather than on Twitch as VODs. And don't forget to subscribe, you guys. I've been looking at the stats on YouTube. Half of you aren't subscribed, and subbing like super helps, you know. Just saying, just putting that out there, you know. Just saying. If you're not subbed, then fucking subscribe. Press the button. As soon as we hit 100 subs, which we're on the blasphemy, I know, right? We're on the climb now to 100 subscribers, and when we get there, I'll be able to sort out a custom URL so that it's not the nightmare that it currently is. UC3BM-PXZWQQDLOYO. No one can fucking remember that. That's only half of it. We need a custom URL, you guys. We can do it. So yeah, 100 subs. We're nearly there. Yeah, so I've you know, since Monday, okay, it's only been a couple of days, I've been working on different content and stuff for you guys, which hopefully I'll be able to release early next week. And we're also preparing for the Libra full moon, which is coming on Sunday. We're starting to fix your shit and sub. There you go. You've heard it from us. Just fix your shit, you guys. Get your shit together. Yeah, we're preparing for a Libra full moon on Sunday. And I in particular am preparing for a Libra full moon on Sunday, with a reading for you guys, a collective read, which will be talking specifically about the full moon, and that will be on YouTube on Saturday for those of you who are part of the Cosmic Clan. If you want to join the Cosmic Clan, get yourself onto Patreon. It's only $6 a month. You get to access all of my content 24 hours before the public, as well as other cool perks like discount codes for merch and hearing about shit that I've decided I'm gonna do, and I tell you guys before I tell anybody else. So get yourself onto Patreon if you're not on there already. You also get a very nifty Discord role, and all that good stuff. So yeah, get yourself in Discord as well if you're not in there already. If you're watching on YouTube, all of the links are down below for Patreon, Discord, blah 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 blah. It's nice and shiny. There you go. Exactly right. What else? Yeah, so Libra full moon. You know, we're starting to creep into that energy now. We're starting to feel the beautiful balancing Libra, bringing some clarity to our decision making, making it a lot easier for us to. It's my moon, yes. Well, no, it's not my moon. Virgo's my moon. Wait, what's my moon? Yeah, Virgo's my moon. I don't know why I had to think that. Yes, Libra's my sun, but yes, it's Libra moon. Yeah, sure. Libra's my sun. Yeah. Also, I was a bit cheeky, and I demonstrated a Libra full moon on OnlyFans. So if anyone wants to see the Libra full moon, then it's on OnlyFans. Disclaimer: there's no porn on OnlyFans. It was just me being a little bit cheeky. Excuse the pun. That's a post I made this morning in preparation for the Libra full moon. But you know, whilst I'm on that subject, if you're interested in seeing how double pun. Yeah, funny you say that. We've got a supermoon in Taurus. I think it's in Taurus. End of April. Fuck it, maybe I'll make a supermoon post for OnlyFans. Maybe that'll be a naked booty. Who knows? Who knows? Sign up and see. But yeah, no porn. Just saying. No porn. That was just me being silly. Yeah, if you're interested in, you know, seeing how astrology, I'm full of puns today, affects your sacred sexual energy and your ability to, that was unintended, honestly. Don't know why I said it like that. Astrology. Yeah, if you're interested in how, you know, to manifest your ideal realities using your sacred sexual energy, which is the only way, by the way, it's the only way, it's by using your sacred sexual energy. You're interested in Kundalini and, you know, Kundalini Meditation, thank you Oz, and feeling more confident in your body, in your sacred vessel, excuse me, and, you know, say how to, I mean, we can all have sex, right? If we're of age, we can all have sex, but, you know, but wait, there's more? What, puns or information? Both, probably. Yeah, get yourself over to OnlyFans. You know, we post body positive content over there, and you know, we basically talk about sex, but in a spiritual way. You know, where's the spirituality in egoic sex? Oh, the spam bots, right? Yeah, probably more. You know, how to have better sex armed with this information and this knowledge, because, you know, when you're having sex with someone, but that sex in your mindset is very one-sided, you know, you're both there to get something from each other, it's not good sex, is it? We've all been there, right? So we talk about this kind of stuff, you know, what's like, are sex toys valid when it comes to spiritual sexuality, and you know, all this stuff, right? We talk about all of this stuff. We talk about it very bluntly and candidly, which is why we can't talk about it here on Twitch or on YouTube. OnlyFans, we can basically talk about whatever we want, however we want, whenever we want. So yeah, get yourself over there if you're interested in that kind of stuff. There's no smut, there's no porn, there's no nips, there's no vajayjay. I promise you, you probably will see me naked, but it's all very tasteful, and it's not sexual. I'm not there to get you off, right? I'm just going to be very blunt about that. You know, this is about sharing information and helping you guys to feel more comfortable in your vessel, no matter what shape or size you are, no matter what your sexuality. You know, everyone's welcome, and we have some very interesting discussions over there where we learn a lot. So come on over. I mean, that's not originally what I was going to talk about, but we ended up there anyway. But just whilst we're at it, come on over. But yeah, so the Libra full moon, there's a post on OnlyFans. It's not just a picture of my booty, there's some information there as well. But yeah, you know, so we're preparing for this Libra full moon this weekend. We've only got a couple of days, and you know, a good way to prepare is through Kundalini meditation. I can't concentrate with you singing in my face. Shush. We'll take the instrumental version, thank you. I was going to Kundalini this morning, but I couldn't think of what I wanted to manifest, and honestly, I hadn't had my tea yet. Oh, you gotta have your tea before you Kundalini. Absolutely. If it's a super full moon eclipse and also happens to be your moon, does it change things? Yeah, Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to speak to you a little bit more so than it would to, you know, anyone that's not of that sign, or if it's a moon that's not your sign. Yeah, sure. It's going to coincide a lot more strongly with you. But the thing is, right, it's interesting that you say that, right? Kundalini meditation is not just for manifestation, it's for information as well. And it's also a really good way to become very disciplined in your own sexual practices with oneself, shall we say, because it's learning your body to the point where you can take or leave the hooray at the end. And through having that kind of discipline, it makes you feel very confident in your body and very confident in your own ability to go off out into the world and to create and to manifest things. Through a sexual practice, it creates something that's way more meaningful in a very non-sexual way. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting, Kundalini energy. Hipster, how are you doing, my love? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, you know, Kundalini meditation, I mean, personally, I use it to manifest, to learn myself better, to cultivate that discipline, and also for information, you know, in the same way that you meditate, right? Just a regular meditation. Once you bring Kundalini into the mix, you can still meditate in the traditional way at the same time as engaging in sexual activity with yourself, right? Because during that activity, your brain is in a meditative state, and because you're I'm being very careful with the language that I'm using because we are here on Twitch and YouTube and I don't want to get banned. So if you want to hear more about this in depth, where I can speak freely, then come on over to OnlyFans. We have live streams that are exactly like this. I'm wearing all of my clothes and we just speak very candidly. But I was meditating, that's right. Yeah. When your head is in a meditative state, but I can't use the M word, but the other M word, right? But you're with yourself, right? You're engaging in sexual behavior with yourself. You're drawing your consciousness to your sacral chakra when you're doing that. So instead of your head being filled with pornographic material, which is usually what happens, you're meditating, right? So in your mind's eye, you're in the cosmos, you're floating around, you're in a bubble, you're talking to your guides, you're, you know, exploring the universe, right? You're meditating. This is meditation. Contrary to popular belief, meditating is not thinking about nothing. It's not. But because then you've activated your sacral chakra because of the physical activity that you're engaging in, it draws those two energies together. So meditation becomes heightened. And when you start asking questions of the cosmos, you know, you start, or maybe you're just, your mind, your thoughts are drifting, right? The same way when you meditate. For example, a Kundalini session that I engaged in a little while back, it's still very vivid in my mind because of the kinds of answers that I was receiving, and I was having aha moments just back to back. It was insane. I asked, why do I not have what I want? What am I doing wrong? And immediately Spirit was right there and answered, you do have everything that you want. And I said, no, I don't. And it didn't answer me. So I thought about it for a moment. I'm still engaging in Kundalini behavior, right? I'm like in the throes of it, right? And I'm thinking about this. But Spirit's just told me I do have everything that I want. So that must be true. I can't dispute that. Because if I dispute that, that's my ego being ungrateful or not understanding, right? So I didn't dispute it. I just said, no, I don't. And then it didn't answer. So I thought, right, well, I've had my answer. So let's think about that. So I'm still Kundaliniing all over the place, right? And I'm thinking about this, and the more I thought about it, the more I fucking realised I do have everything that I've been asking for. It's not everything that I want, it's everything that I've asked for. And the things that I'd asked for have all been fulfilled. They've just not been fulfilled in the way that I thought that they would be. And so I had this aha moment that I did not receive during regular meditation. I received it during Kundalini meditation because it's heightened. And this aha moment brought me to my fucking knees. Because when I finished, right, when it was all over, that thought stayed with me. Like I say, this was a while ago, and it still stayed with me now. And it's helped me to understand better how to ask for what I want. Because I decided what it is that I wanted, but I wasn't asking for it in the right way, so I wasn't getting it. I was only getting half of what I asked for. And so then I started asking, well, what's wrong with my energy then? You know, what's going on? Because there's something in my energy that this is the reflection that I'm getting back, and it doesn't satisfy me. So what am I doing wrong? And I got the answer immediately. So Kundalini meditation isn't just for manifesting things. It's for receiving these revelations. You know, it's for understanding yourself and your energy better. It's for understanding your reflection better. Hello Gaia, how are you doing, my love? Thank you for the lurk, I appreciate that. It wasn't so much that no, see, it was the opposite of that, right? Because I was and I am receiving the specifics. It's just that in my mind's eye, it had unfolded in a completely different way. So it's difficult for me to illustrate this in specifically because there's things about my private life that I don't share, you know, with the community. So don't take any offense by that, but I have to have a private life, right? So, you know, there's particular things that I was asking for, and in my mind's eye, it took a particular shape. Can we stop with the vocals? It's really distracting. So, you know, I was asking for very, very specific stuff because this is what I understand about asking for things, you know, to manifest things. You ask for things very specifically. So I asked for my living situation. Georgie, thank you so much for 7 months, my lovely. How are you doing? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. How are you today? I was asking for the place where I live to look a certain way. Well, I've got that. It's just the situation that surrounds it is not what I was asking for. So I was asking for... It's really hard for me to... Right, I'm not going to be able to describe this specifically. I'm just not going to be able to without divulging certain details, which I'm not going to. So... Kundalini, I mean, this is not even, it's all well and good me telling you about it, but, you know, you guys have got to figure this out for yourselves, or not figure it out, but discover it for yourselves, right? You need to discover it for yourselves. This is why I have an OnlyFans. This is why we talk about that kind of stuff over there. Because there is just a whole world of possibility and opportunity that is continuously, right now, continuously available to you and to me and to everyone. And we're not tapping into it because we're using our sexual energy in the wrong way. We're expending it on porn. When we engage in sexual activity, it's all about just getting to the hooray at the end. It's not about the experience. It's, you know, we treat it as if we're having sex with somebody else, we treat it as we're having fun and we're bonding with that person, and as long as I get to, you know, at the end, then it's successful. When we engage in that behaviour on our own, we fill our minds with pornographic images to get there, right? We're using it in the wrong way. this is the wrong way to use sexual energy. There's nothing wrong with expending sexual energy this way. It's just a waste of your energy. It's like a quick feel-good fix. And it's not the way that nature intended us to use that energy. The way that nature intends us to use that energy, and the spirit intends us to use that energy, is the way that I've just been describing. Is to reconnect with ourselves, to connect with the person that you're doing it to, and to, you know, manifest. So that's as much as I can really say here on Twitch, unfortunately. So come and join OnlyFans, where we can talk about this stuff very, very specifically and candidly and bluntly, and it will make a bit more sense. And I also kind of talk you through how to Kundalini meditate, because if you've been, which you probably have, same as me. Oh, that went in my tea. Same as me. You know, we come in, we move into our sexuality through you know, through porn, don't we? If you're sat there saying, oh, I've never watched porn, you're lying. Everyone's seen it, everyone's fucking engaged in it, and when we satisfy ourselves, that's what we're thinking about, right? And that's how we've been raised, you know, not by our parents, but by society. That, you know, we're raised to sex means you know, engaging in pornographic behavior or visuals, right? Stimulus, either way. It's not the way that it's not the right way. It's a way, but it's not the right way. So, you know, a lot of us, when we get into that mindset and behavior, that's basically what we're doing, and we're just expending our energy in the wrong way. So it takes a little bit of practice to undo that egoic brain training. You know, sometimes when you begin this kind of activity, it can be difficult to not think about titties and booty. You know, it can be difficult to not think about that kind of depraved stuff, right? Because and pornographic stuff, because that's how our brain has been trained. That if we want to satisfy ourselves in a sexual way, then we need to think about this kind of stuff. You know, it can be difficult to undo that. Well, it's not difficult to us, very easy, but it takes discipline, it takes practice, same way that meditation takes discipline and practice. So, you know, on OnlyFans we talk about, you know, how to sort of undo that, and I share my knowledge of how to get into a Kundalini frame of mind. I almost think it was ingrained in us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't normally immediately think that way though. Yeah. It takes a little bit of undoing, you know, and I can say from my own personal experience, now pornographic material doesn't work, right? But that's because my mindset has shifted, and when I engage in that activity, I'm not engaging in it to get there. To get there, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not the aim of the activity. The aim is like, oh, I want answers to my questions, right? Kundalini meditation, let's go. And you know, probably 50% of the time, getting there is not a thing that even happens, because, and that's not because it won't happen, but because I don't allow it to, because I gain a lot of mental freedom and creativity from not expending the energy. So yeah, you know, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, come and join OnlyFans. The link is in Discord. If you're watching on YouTube, the link to Discord is below. If you're watching here on Twitch, the link is in the chat. If you're watching this as a rerun on Twitch, you can type !Discord in the chat and it will give you the link. Come join the server. Can we test that link actually? Because I've noticed that that link that's just come up in the chat doesn't work on YouTube for some reason. Just whilst I remember. It does work. It does work. It does work. Okay, never mind. Never mind, it works. Thank you, Gaia. It works. Yeah, for some reason on YouTube that link doesn't work and I had to change it. Whatever. Yeah, so new moon. No, sorry, full moon. Full moon in Libra. Yes, that's coming on some fucking Sunday. Yes. No, it's okay, Oz. I just we tested it. It's fine. It worked. It opened up Cosmos Collective straight away. When it was on YouTube, it was just opening Discord, which was no good. That's annoying. So Georgie, thank you for redeeming a vibe check, my love. Let's do that for you. I notice you've got two. Yeah, spam the emotes. Go for it. If you've got the emotes, fucking spam away. Shit, right, just whilst I think of it, just very quick. Very, very quick. If you guys haven't got the merch yet, thank you, Stream Elements, you read my mind. Stream Elements has just posted the link very helpfully in the chat there. Go and check out the merch because until the end of today you can get 15% off with the code MAGIC15. If you use that code, yep. If you use that code you can get 15% off and it's only until the end of today. Go and check it out. Go and check out the merch. Also, YouTubers, link is in the description below. You've probably missed it by now, sorry about that, but do check out the merch either way, because we've got new designs. What's happening? Right. We've got new designs and they're very beautiful and I worked very hard on them. Go and check them out. I guess so. I guess it is. Alright, Georgie, let's sort you out. Don't need you. Excuse me. And again. What do we want? Okay, Georgie, 1, 2, or 3? Oh, your hard drive is good. Awesome, awesome. I meant to ask you about that, Oz, if you managed to sort that out. Middle. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh right, yes. Do you want two? Do you want two from the same deck? Because you redeemed a vibe check a couple of days ago, so I can. Thank you, Georgie. Thank you for 100 biddies. I super appreciate that. Thank you, my love. Yeah, do you want 2 cards from the same deck? Do you want to do 2 decks? The other one that's not a tree. Oh, yes you can. Can indeed. This one. Yes. Okay. This music's got like really jazzy. You like jazz? Yeah, that's like 6. Just one, please. Jazzy. One. Thank you. Elevator music, yeah. This kind of very chill jazz makes me think of I feel like I'm sitting in a casino, but like in a quiet room that's just for the high rollers, you know, like roulette or like craps or something. Yeah, exactly, like Vegas, but high rollers, you know, where it's not that busy and there's just like a few people drinking like martinis and wearing tuxes and evening gowns and stuff. It's very chill. Okay. Interesting that the colours are very much... There's a lot of fire going on here. So we've got Manifestation from the Cosmic Cloud Oracle. By the way, I made this deck, and if anyone wants one, go and check out Crowdfunder, just saying. Manifestation. A subscription. That's adorable. What the most adorable typo in the world. A wubscription. Sorry, right, what? Has anyone used a witch monthly subscription box? Do you mean a Twitch monthly? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, what is that? No? Witch. Yeah, what is that? Explain. Okay, yes. So, Manifestation, we have a fire card. Oh, right, like those little boxes, like witchy woo boxes. Yeah, true. True, yeah. I don't know. I've never done anything like that before. I used to make boxes, witchy woo boxes, and send them out every month. I did that years ago. They were a lot of fun to make, but I've never subscribed to one made by somebody else. Anyway, so yes, Manifestation. So we have a fire card, lots of fiery energy here. We've also, I'm going to point out the purple, right, because we've got very similar kind of colours going on in these two cards. Crown Chakra, right, we've got purple. Interestingly enough, Georgie, your name for me in both places is purple, right? So this definitely speaking directly, obviously it's your reading, but it sounds daft. There's a lot of purple going on for you right now, let's put it that way. So there's a lot of crown chakra stuff. So the manifestation card shows me that you're, I mean, this is true for everybody and for you, regardless as to what effort you put in, but you are constantly manifesting, constantly. It's like you're constantly standing in the pond and moving around and creating a ripple effect. Whether you're aware of the fact that you're creating ripples or not, you are creating ripples. This is just the nature of just when you're alive, this is what happens, right? But the fact that we've got Spiral Dancer, and Perception, and card number 5 as well, all of this together shows me that you are constantly manifesting, and you're manifesting very strongly. So you might have a fleeting thought and it will hang around in your energy for a week, and then you manifest it, and perhaps you've not been aware that you are that powerful a manifester. So meditating, and especially using the Libra full moon that's coming on Sunday, would be very beneficial for you to purge there might be desires that you used to have that now they don't suit you, but you're still carrying them around with you, I feel. It's like you're stuck in this loop, right? This spiral dancer is showing us that you're kind of going round and round and round, and you're not moving forward. So, but this is just speaking to how you're manifesting right now. So it's not that you're not manifesting the things that you want, because you are, but you're also stuck in manifesting, right? Okay, I understand. When we carry old desires around and we don't purge them actively, spirit can't manifest them for us because they're old desires, and you're not in the place that you were in when you originally desired it. You've moved out of that energy now, yet this energy is still sort of tacking along. So it's wasting your manifestational energy, and that creates this kind of repeating loop of spirit goes, what do you want? And you go, I used to want this, and spirit's like, yeah, but what do you want now? I used to want this, what do you want now? I used to want this, and it's like you're stuck in this right now. So but you're not aware. I feel like you've not been aware of this. So fuck the past off, Georgie. It's not here anymore. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't serve you whatsoever. And I know that you know this, but hopefully hearing the words will be enough to kind of knock you out of it, right? Use this Libra full moon on Sunday to do a manifestation ritual, or a release ritual more specifically. Do a release ritual. If you want to get hella witchy woo about it, then go for it. Light some candles, get some crystals out, amethyst, citrine, if you can, and some grounding stones like obsidian, black onyx, tourmaline, something like that. Snowflake obsidian would be a good one. And it's good for release. Did I say citrine? Citrine. I have citrine right in front of me. Right, get some citrine if you don't have any. And make a little intuitive crystal grid. Throw your candles, or place carefully your candles down in the middle of it, and write some stuff down of things. Write down stuff that you used to want, and then burn those motherfuckers. Burn them, right? Yeah, throw the candles down very carefully. Place, throw. I think it could be the music promotion stuff that I used to do. My heart's not really in it anymore since COVID. I've had time to breathe and not passionate about it. Could be, yeah. I mean, it's the what it is almost not relevant. It's just the fact that stuff's hanging around you that you don't really want anymore. So get rid of it all, right? And over the whole of the month of April, so you've got a good 4 weeks, put little blinkers on and think about what you want right now, and make that the only thing that you focus on. The full moon in Libra, the Libra specifically, is really going to help focus and clarity and making a decision and just sticking to that decision. So using the full moon energy on Sunday when we have the full moon, it's a really nice song, so I'm not going to change it, but I can't concentrate. Really use that energy to do a release ritual where you just get rid of all of the stuff that you used to want. Just get rid of it all. That is going to knock you out, it's going to break you out of this, and all that's going to be left then is this. And we already know that April is end of April, beginning of May is the next energetic phase. I can't, it's because she's singing. I can't do, when people are singing, I can't concentrate at all. That's the next energetic phase. That's where it starts. It's going to end October-ish. It's a long phase. I mean, it won't seem long once we're in it, but whatever. October is when it's going to end. So you've got plenty of time for all of this action-orientated energy. So the things that you get rid of over this weekend, what you're left with, that's the stuff that's going to start to manifest. And if you don't get rid of this stuff, the next energetic phase, which is, as I keep saying, is a lot more action orientated, you're going to find a lot of resistance when you want to manifest things. Things are going to come a lot more slowly. They'll still come, but it will happen a lot more slower than if you were just, blinkered and fucking hellbent on the things that you want, because you there's nothing else in your mindset, right? What we constantly clutter our minds with bullshit that we don't need, and people who are hyper focused and dead set on what they want, they're like hellbent on it. They don't let anything stop them. Those people are like millionaires. Those are the people that we look at and we think, God, I wish I could be like that. Like, why? Like, how can they have all, like, they have all of the things that they want, and they're special, right? They're not fucking special. They're exactly the same as you. You are exactly the same as them. It's just we clutter our minds with the past and with things that don't serve us anymore. We worry about the future. We don't live in the present. We don't express gratitude for the things that we currently have. We're carrying around like, oh, I really wanted blah blah blah, but it didn't work out and I feel really crap about that. And we spend hours thinking about it. It doesn't fucking matter. It's gone. It's done. And we need to make the decision to be done with the past. The past is done with us. That situation, it didn't work out. Draw a line under it. Start again. Every moment is a fresh opportunity to go after the things that you want. And 50% of that effort goes into actually deciding what it is that you want. So it's a lot easier to decide what you want when you're not carrying around shit that you used to want that you don't want anymore, right? So I hope that helps. Hope it makes sense to you, Georgie. It may well be the thing that you were talking about. It may well be that. And if that, add that to the list, right? If that's something that you used to want, and maybe you'll want it again in the future, but the question you need to ask yourself is, do I want it now? And if the answer is not sure, then it's probably a no. If your answer is anything other than, yes, I definitely want that, and the thought of not having it pains me, there's your answer. A maybe is a no. Or it's certainly a no right now. And here's the beautiful thing about manifestation and about being human and about being a beautiful soul within a human vessel. You can change your mind. You can change your mind whenever you want. You can do a 180 if you want to. Just because you put something down now doesn't mean you can't pick it back up again later on down the line. Spirit will always create an opportunity for you to have the things that you want. So if you're maybe, I'm not sure if that's the thing that I want, then treat it as a no for now. And ask yourself, what do I want now? And the reason I'm saying is treat it as a no for now is because then you can tell your ego, it's okay, we're not abandoning it, we're just putting it down for now. That means we can come back to it if we want to. Ego has trouble just drawing a line and cutting the ties. Ego struggles with letting things go. You don't, but ego does. So you can change the language that you use when you talk to yourself, right? And you can say, we're going to put it down just for now. We'll come back to it when we're ready. You may never come back to it. You might come back to it, right? It means then that ego can go, oh, okay, and let go right now, thinking that you can pick it up whenever you want. Brain training. It works the same way, doesn't it? When, like, a small child, it's dinner time and they're playing with a toy and they're super into it, and you need to remove the toy from them so that they can sit down and eat their food. So what do you say to them? You know, you're not playing with that. Well, now you've got a temper tantrum on your hands. Whereas if you say, no, we're gonna put the toy there. We're just gonna put it there, okay? You can eat your food and then you can go right back to it if you want to. And usually the kid will eat the food and won't even go back to that toy. But the way to separate the kid from the toy is to say to them, is to do it in that way, is to say, we're just going to put it down for now. We're going to do this thing and then you can come back to it if you want to. How to raise children and ego with Alice. So I hope that helps. Bit of a long-winded way of coming around, but I feel like half of what I've said there was not really me saying it to you, Georgie. I think I was saying it more for your ego, just to hear it as like reassurance, you know. I mean, this is advice really for anybody, but if you're struggling with your ego in any capacity, treat it like a child. Not in a derogatory way, but treat it like it's a small child and think to yourself, right, if my ego was a small child sitting in front of me, how would I handle this situation as an adult versus a child? How would I go about this? Right? Having that mindset for me has saved me so many times. Because, you know, kids have temper tantrums. Your ego has a temper tantrum. You ever been in a fit of rage and you've just not been able to calm yourself down? Or you've been just crying relentlessly over something, or there's something going round and round and round in your head and you're like, fuck, I really need a break from this, right? Imagine your ego is a small child and it's running circles around you, or it's having a fit of rage in front of you, or it's just relentlessly crying. How do you combat that situation when it's a small child? Think about that, decide what it is, your plan of action, and then execute it with your ego. You know, if you're crying, it wants comfort. If you're really angry, you want distracting. You don't listen to reason when you're very angry, do you? That doesn't calm you down, that doesn't stop you from being angry, or doesn't stop your ego from being angry. It's distraction. That's what calms down a tantrum child. It's not you that's the child, it's the ego, and the ego never grows up. Because it's in a constant state of, oh shit. It's in a constant fear state. It's constantly going, oh shit, what do we do now? Oh shit, what do we do now? Oh shit, what do we do now? Like, exactly like a child, you know? Child lives in the moment, and it lives in the past. I had a hissy fit outside a restaurant. That wasn't you, right? I'm not making excuses for you, but that was your ego being in control. Right? I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but you're a bad parent. You know, because a good parent, you know, wouldn't allow their child to have a hissy fit in front of a restaurant. And if their child was having a hissy fit in front of the restaurant, what would they do? They would ignore the child, and the child will run out of steam, and then they go hissy fit, done. But we feed it, don't we? We feed our ego. We tell it that it has every reason to feel the way that it does, when usually it doesn't. And there's a very big difference between your ego feeling something and you feeling something. You know, you can feel sad, but when you hand that sadness off to ego gets really fucking sad. And that's when you start crying and it's out of control and you hyperventilate and nothing makes you feel any better and you feel like the world is ending. That's not you at all. You started it, but the ego is now taking it into its own hands. In the same way that a small child blows everything out of proportion. That's your ego. It just blows everything out of proportion. Some small thing happens and you go, oh shit, that's happened. And your ego goes, oh, it's the end of the world. What are we going to do now? We're never going to recover from this. We're going to die. And, you know, as soon as you go, yeah, actually, we might die. Yeah, this actually might be the end of the world. That's when your ego is now in control. You're listening to it. And does any self-respecting adult listen to a child when they're being hysterical? No, never. Is an adult going to listen to a fucking toddler throwing their toys out and having that kind of hysteria? Never is an adult going to go, fuck, you're right. But we do that with ourselves all the time. So this is how I combat ego, for me personally. And very rarely does anyone ever see me in a state of ego. I've got that shit locked down. And it's not that I don't let my ego have a voice, because that's very untrue. My ego definitely has a voice, and it feels valued and listened to and heard and respected. And that's why I have such control over it, is because I listen to it, I give it a voice, I allow it to feel validated. You know, it might say, I mean, only this morning it said, oh, that's fucking annoying, that really pisses me off, and I answered it and I said, yeah, I understand that you feel a little bit fucked off right now, and that's okay. That's okay that you feel that way, but it's not okay to act on feeling that way. And then it went, yeah, okay, cool, and then went off to colour in its colouring book with its crayons, you know, like as it does. I haven't heard from it for the rest of the day. It's not active right now, you know, I can't hear it. Nope, it's quite happily playing in its room, doing its thing, you know, as a kid does when they're entertained by themselves. So this is the way, you guys. Okay, Gaia. Just understand it's a child and do not let it be in charge. Gaia, let's sort you out with a vibe check. Excuse me, T-burps. I'm still singing. Okay. Okay. No, wait. Wait. No, okay. This is correct. Okay. Gaia, what are we going for? 1, 2, or 3? I don't have that option, unfortunately, with the music that I'm streaming right now. what did I say? 1, 2 or 3. Okay. Okay, that already tells me a lot, just from what deck you chose. I am sneaky. I am very, very sneaky when it comes to... That's why I couldn't make up my mind. I couldn't make up my mind between the other two, and that's why, because you weren't going to choose those. Now I realise this. So the deck you've chosen is an action deck. This tells me that there's some shadow. Maybe things aren't going your way right now, and you're looking for an answer on that, which hopefully we can give you. But this deck always looks at shadow, what needs to be done, what action needs to be taken. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I don't fuck around, I take this shit very seriously. I want to make sure that you're going to get, you know, what you need from it, so sometimes I have to be sneaky sneaks. Very chatty, very, very chatty deck. Because of that, okay, there's no full reading going to happen here, but I am going to draw 3, which have just leapt out of their own accord anyway. So, first of all, little reminder, right, the cosmos, creativity and vastness, card number 41 equals the number 5. 5 is the fucking energetic number for sense of self and trusting in your own ability to get things done. This is a reminder. This was the first card that flew out, then the other 2 came with it, which shows me what is going on with you right now. So this is a reminder that you have the ability to create your ideal reality right now so that you can live it tomorrow. You do have that ability. You do have superhuman abilities. You do. But you have forgotten that somewhere along the line. You're not the only one. Most people think what I've just said is absolute bull, and it's not. It's not. You are creative. Your soul is vast. You are connected to the cosmos. You're connected to me. You're connected to the collective. You're connected to every single person on this planet, just as the rest of us are. There's nothing mediocre about you. You're just as special as everyone else. Some people will argue with what I've just said. No, shut the fuck up. You're special, right? And you are capable of creating everything that you want to create. But you've hit a barrier, and so therefore you've hit a barrier in the physical. And I feel that, spiritually speaking, you're only just beginning to grasp this stuff. It's a journey, it's a big learning curve, and you'll get there. You're on the road to it. So this here is a reminder of what you are. And then here we have the River Queen and the Metal King. So this shows me, first of all, there's a lot of information here, right? So I'll try and keep this short and sweet, but this one here is a shadow card. This particular deck that we're using, this is a shadow card. This shows me what the problem is, if you like, what the issue is. So we have Divine Masculine Energy, Discipline, Armor and Boundaries, card 37, equals 9. No, it doesn't, it equals 1. I can't count. Maths, hello? 1. So beginning is right. Yes. Okay. This is the first thing that you need to address. Okay. So there's discipline, armor, and boundaries. You are so rooted in the physical that it's causing you issues. There's an imbalance between the masculine and the feminine. We have a king and a queen. There's a real imbalance going on here between the masculine and the feminine energies within yourself. Just putting it out there, but I do twin flame readings. If you're interested in figuring out where the imbalance lies, how to put it right, I charged £33 for it. It's like 45 minutes to an hour long recorded reading on YouTube. Just putting it out there. That might dig in a little bit further. Obviously, I'm going to give you enough here so that you've got something, so you're armed with something to walk away with from this reading. But if you want something a little more in depth, then just hit me up on Discord and we can sort something out for you. Do a little twin flame reading, because that will point out the divine masculine and divine feminine energy within yourself. It also translates to relationships outside of yourself, because your twin flame is your divine mirror, but that's not the reason why we would be doing the reading. Anyway, just putting that out there. So, there's an imbalance between these energies. Now, divine feminine energy is up here in the metaphysical. She is responsible for creativity, for ideas, for deciding what it is that you want, desires, that kind of stuff. Divine masculine energy is down here in the physical realm. He is responsible for realizing those ideas and dreams and desires into the physical reality in a very steadfast, logical, financial way. The feminine isn't interested in that stuff. She's a wild, free spirit. She comes up with all of these crazy ideas. The masculine goes, that's a good idea, but how are we going to get this done? You know, he's very logical. So when I see the also, the masculine and feminine energies are within everybody. I'm not talking about whether you identify as male or female, whether your body is male or female, or both, or none, or whatever, right? I'm not talking about any of this stuff. I'm talking about energy. Every single soul, every single vessel on this planet has both masculine and feminine energy. Divine masculine and feminine energy. The divine energies need to be balanced within you to really get much of anything done, and to feel secure in yourself, and to trust in your own abilities, and blah 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 blah. You need to be balanced. There's no balance going on because the masculine energy is so rooted within the physical right now for you, my love, that he is wearing a suit of armor. He's not letting anyone in. And because there's Fort Knox going on here, and because you're not letting anyone in, it means you can't get out either. It works both ways. So, exactly, right, which is why I just wanted to make sure that we're both on the same page here, that you understand the difference between the spiritual version of masculine and feminine and the physical one. I'm never talking about the physical energies ever on this channel, ever. I don't care about that stuff, right? You could be fucking gender fluid, right? I don't give a shit. I really don't, because it doesn't matter. That's ego stuff. We don't care about ego stuff, right? We only care about spiritual stuff here. So that's what we're talking about. So I just wanted to be sure that you knew that that's what I was talking about. For you, Gaia, right now, you're in lockdown, right? I'm not talking about COVID. You're in, like, spiritual lockdown. You could identify as a jacket fucking potato. Exactly, right? You could, like, Apache helicopter. I really don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me at all. Right? And the energy that you're residing in right now is, like, so divine masculine. There's no room for the feminine to even be heard. So perhaps you're at a loss for creativity. Maybe there's the creative endeavors that you're going about right now and they're not working. Of course they're not working, right? You're not letting the feminine have a word. The feminine is the one that talks about creativity. The masculine doesn't talk about creativity. He talks about logic. So much the same way, you know, if you looked at it the other way around, if you're in a creative endeavor but it's not working and you're stuck in feminine energy, that's because you're not letting the masculine come in and go, yeah, but this is how we do it, right? So for you right now, it's this way around. You're stuck in the, how can I do this? How can I do this? Oh, it's not working. How can I get this done? And the feminine's like, excuse me, well, you know, these are the ideas, and the masculine's like, I don't have any ideas, and it's because he's not listening to the feminine energy within. So again, you know, this is a shadow card, so this is looking at the boundaries have been so hardcore set that it doesn't let anyone in. The way I describe or have described this in the past is the you are in a castle and you've pulled the drawbridge up and you've locked all of the windows and you know, no fucker can get in whatsoever. You are in lockdown. Whereas what you really want to do is have a fence, a little garden fence that you can just see over the top, so people can see you and you can see them, right? And there's a little gate with a little bolt lock on it, right? And people come over and they go, hey Gaia, how you doing? And you go, hey, fuck you, I don't want to let you in, right? You have the opportunity and you can converse over the fence. Or you're like, oh hey, you know, yeah, gonna let you in, gonna let you past my boundary, and you can open the garden gate and let them in. That's what you want, right? That is more balanced. That's less black and white. That is I'm allowing myself the opportunity. I'm definitely not talking about COVID, right? Fuck that, okay? We're not talking about that. So, this is what you need to be doing with your energy. Because right now, your energy is on lockdown. You're not letting anyone in. I'd say that, I mean, maybe you're being social, but you're not letting anyone form connections with you. You're not, energetically, again, to clarify, energetically, you are stuck and rooted. All you think about is physical stuff. All you think about is, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay that bill? How am I going to earn this money? How am I going to get this to work? How am I going to get this friendship to work? How am I going to get my job to work? How this, how that, how, right? This is all divine masculine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're only in that energy, burned out, right? Exhausted to the point where people can show up and go, here's everything that you've ever wanted on a silver platter, and you're going to ask, how can I take that from you? Like, how can I take that off of the platter and have it work for me? Which is ridiculous, because if you're being handed it, then all you have to do is take it. And the feminine energy is the one that says, well, just take it. It's the masculine that questions everything in this way, in a physical way. How am I going to get this to work in the physical reality for me? How can I feel better in the physical reality? How can I get my job to work in the physical reality? How can I have more money in the physical reality, right? You're stuck in that. There's got to be a catch. That's the masculine, right? You are hardcore stuck in one side of the weighing scales. Now, the good news is, on Sunday, we have a full moon in Libra, which is going to balance this. So hopefully on the build up over the next couple of days, especially having had this reading now, you'll have this in your mind, you know, your ego's aware of it too. Come Sunday, hopefully there'll be, your shoulders will stop being around your ears with stress and worry and concern and asking like, how am I going to get this done? They're going to drop. You're going to feel beautifully balanced. And there's clarity, right? There's clarity to be had here. Jamie's American. It's an English reference. Or a British reference. Right? So, what we need to be letting in, Gaia, is the River Queen flow, letting go, right? Full moon is all about release, letting go. No. It's not about, no. Nothing to be taken personally, no. Tommy Cooper was a comedian. Yeah, just Google just like that. He was an English comedian who we probably wouldn't find funny these days, but in the 70s and the 80s he was like all the rage. Everyone fucking loved him, like Benny Hill, like kind of thing. Or like John Cleese. Well, John Cleese is still funny, but It's an English thing. Right, so letting go and natural movement, relaxing and just going with the flow and release. Okay, so this is what you need more of. So now you are hopefully fully understanding where you're at and why it's not good for you and why you need a balance between these two energies. This is what's coming up over the weekend. It's building now. So Gaia, I really hope that that helps you, my love, and please remember that you have all of this at your fingertips. You don't need to concern yourself with the how, right? That's not even your job. Your job is this. Your job is to relax and to decide what it is that you want for yourself. Let spirit do all this bullshit, right? You don't it's not your job. As a soul, it's not your job. This is why people get so stressed and why they feel like they need to surround themselves in a suit of armour and not let people in and figure out how and why and what and who and where. It's because they're trying to do 100% of the work. And you as a little human being, as a soul tucked inside a little meat wagon, your job is only 50%. That's the good news. Stop trying to do the whole thing. It's like us as human beings, it's like we run a business and we're trying to do all of the job roles ourselves and we don't trust anyone else to do it. You're going to get burned out, as as you said a minute ago, Guy. You're going to get totally burnt out. There's like all these people that can help you. Your job is to come up with the idea and then to put in 50% of the effort to make that happen in the physical reality. That 50% could be dependent on what that desire is. Excuse me, if your desire is to be like a super successful Twitch streamer, right? The 50% of your effort needs to be streaming. You stream. The other 50% is Spirit's job. The other 50%, Spirit's work then is to bring you viewers and to coerce those viewers in a witchy-woo spiritual way to subscribe so that you earn money from it. That's not your job. And this is why there's Twitch streamers that I'm just putting it out there, right, as an example, right? Let's say that this is the thing that you desire. If you're trying to do 100% of the work, then you're basically sitting there streaming and you're saying, subscribe because I need the money because this is my dream. It's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. And then this happens, right? Right? So it's, I'm using Twitch as an example because I know from one streamer to another, right? I know that you're going to understand that example. And an example it is, okay? I'm not speaking purely to Twitch and that being your desire, right? I'm just saying, as an example, this is, how it works with when you put in 100% effort to be a Twitch streamer. It never works because you're not trusting the other 50% to your viewership or to Spirit to bring the viewership to you. You've got to do 50%. You've got to do 50%. You can't do none percent, because if you do none percent happens. So you have to do 50%. You do 50 and Spirit does 50. In everything in your life, you put in 50, Spirit brings you 50. Everything that you do reflects back to you. That is the law of this reality. It's the law of this reality. That's not just a theory that I've come up with, like being all witchy-woo as I am. It's not. It's a rule. It's an unbreakable rule, and it's a law. In much the same way that is also an unbreakable rule and a law, what you write down will become. So if you write down, I am a millionaire, at some point in your reality, when Spirit has done its 50% of the work, it will become a millionaire. It's the law. It's the way that it works. But you've got to put in 50%. So, I hope that helps. I hope that helps you, my love. I know I was trying to make that short and sweet, but it never works that way.
Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school.
So, the song's called Tweet and Delete. I'm gonna fucking tweet and delete this track. Jeez. Okay, so I hope that helps you, my lovely. I wish you the best, as always. And we're going to take a quick break. You can't put in 50% of the work for other people, because that happens and then you don't have anything left for yourself. Yeah. I mean, you can't put in any effort for anyone else. You know, you can... what do I mean? You can't do things for people. If you do things for people, you're really doing it for your own sense of self. Oh, I helped someone today, you know. You're not actually doing anything for them. If you're doing the work for somebody, they're not doing it for themselves and they're not learning anything. Which is why here, you know, me personally, I'm not doing any of the work for you. I'm telling you how to do the work. And you do the work for yourself. And when people come to me, and it happens sometimes, people bleat to me, and bleat they do, in a DM, and they go, Alice, this and that and the other isn't working, like, I need you. And I say to them, no. You don't need me, you need to put in 50% of the effort. That's why it's not happening for you, is because it's because you're being fucking lazy and you're trying to get me to do it for you, and I'm not going to do it for you. You know, you could be my husband and I'm still not going to do the work for you, because that's not my job. My job is to do 50% of the work for myself in my own life and on my own timeline. I'm here right now serving the community and the collective by telling you how you can do it yourself, but I'm not going to do it for you. And I'll be very blunt about that, and I will tell you to fuck off. I'm not doing it for you. I've had a few issues with toxic trolls lately, as well as being off work because issues. So none of that helps. Yeah, totally get you. Totally get you, my love. The thing is, you know, we get toxic trolls in here. I mean, when I first started streaming, right, I hadn't made affiliate yet, and I had trolls come in, and they were, you know, some trolls. I remember one specific stream I ended after about half an hour because I got flooded with about 30 trolls. It was the highest view count I'd ever had at that point in time, and they were all being really nasty. I mean, some of the stuff that they were saying I can't even repeat. But I was talking about someone, a nice viewer had asked me, I had mentioned my dad and some of the situation that I was in at the time. My dad had just died, and he died like a month prior to that stream. And you know, someone asked like, oh, you know, what happened, you know, and they were asking genuinely out of concern, so I was answering them. And it was like a troll fucking raid. And I had trolls telling me to like fuck my dead dad, and like way more graphic, nasty stuff than that. And you know, my dad had just died, you know, and I just could not handle that. I could not handle that at all. So I just very gracefully, like, okay guys, that's it now. I'm done. Short and sweet stream. See you guys in the next one. Bye. And I spent the rest of that night, like, as soon as I ended the stream, I just collapsed in tears on my desk. It was just awful. It was the most awful Twitch experience I've ever had. And you know, I couldn't. I was grieving. You know, I couldn't handle that. I really couldn't handle that. And the biggest thing I couldn't handle was I couldn't understand how people could be so nasty to someone who just lost their dad. You know, I mean, if any of you could put yourself in those shoes of like, your dad has just died, and to say you are devastated is just an absolute understatement. My world ended. And, you know, on top of all of that, I lost my home and I lost my business, and I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. I had Twitch, that was it, you know. And then for that to happen, I didn't stream for about a month after that. I just couldn't bring myself to. It was fucking awful. But I've since grown a thicker skin, and now when people like that come in, I'm like, fuck off, you know? Whereas then I was like, oh, how could you be so mean to me? So I have a completely different mindset now, and to be a Twitch streamer, you do have to have a thick skin. I mean, I know you know that, but you know, you have to just, you have to handle it gracefully, because you know that people are watching, and if you start to argue with a troll, then you make it worse, and then your viewers start to think that you're a bit of a dick, so they won't, you know, so you lose viewers, just, you know, organic viewers because of that. The best way to deal with a troll is just to ignore them and ban them. And emotionally speaking, yeah, handling trolls is really shit. You know, even now I have a thick skin, but even now sometimes a troll will say something, it will just fucking trigger me, and I get upset about it, you know, and then I end up talking to my friends about it. I finish stream, and then I'll like call up one of my friends and I'll be like, dude, can I just vent for a minute, because I've just had a really shitty troll and they've just said this to me and I feel really upset about it. Sometimes trolls still make me cry, but you know, I'm be damned if I do that shit on stream. So I get you, Gaia, I really do. It reminds me when I used to do martial arts. Sensei slapped me full force after telling me to keep my wits about me. I got distracted, and that was the result, with a simple, what did we learn? Right? Yeah. That's exactly it. Same way I deal with people who send me toxic messages after an online game. If I beat them, I literally give every... Right? This is another thing I don't get about... This is why I don't like competitively game. Or if I do, I'm not being competitive. I'm not a competitive person. So if I do play a competitive game, I'm not playing competitively, I'm just playing for fun. And, you know, a lot of the time I don't use a mic, because as soon as guys realise I'm female, they just come after me, you know. I was told to stand up for myself, but no, I spit out something that didn't make any sense and I ran away. Yeah, I mean, it's different in school, I think, with kids. If you stand up for yourself, you kind of make yourself even more of a target, in my experience. School bullying is similar, but it is a little different. I think school bullying is not something even worth talking about, because none of us are in school, right? Nice to know I made enough of an impression for you to feel the need to message me about it. Right. I mean, I find that shit funny, you know, because if someone's going to make the effort to message me after a game, if I've just kicked their ass, especially if they know that I'm a girl, and they message me, I don't respond, because I'm like, it's a total waste of my life to do that. But I do have a little smile to myself, because I think to myself, well, gosh, your ego must be so out of whack that you felt the need to message me and tell me exactly what you think, when you're one person in a world of almost 8 billion people, and you think that I'm gonna fucking care about your opinion. And you've just wasted a minute and a half messaging me to tell me what you think, because you think that I care what you think. Your ego is so out of balance. And therefore you've just shown me that you're not a person that I want to play with, ever. Play with, talk to, converse with, care that you exist. And then yeah, feel a little bit bad for him. Feel a little bit bad, but not enough for me to think about it more than feel bad for you. That's it. That's the end of the thought. That's the amount of impact that you made on me, that you had on me, you know. So in much the same way, Gaia, you know, non-affiliates and fresh affiliates and streamers with no mods, with a low viewer count, are very easy targets. I'm one of them, right? Low viewer count. Okay, we have a mod here right now, but not always. And I'm a girl, right? I know obviously you're a dude, but You know, we're easy targets for trolls, right? So I know you didn't ask for it, but just a little bit of like streamer to streamer advice, you know. You get a troll, just ban them. Just ban them. And if you can't, if you know, because you're gaming, right, and you're busy and you can't get to ban them straight away, just as soon as you can, pause the game or put your controller down and ban them. Just ban them. Don't time them out, just fucking ban them, right? You can unban people later on in the Twitch settings if you feel bad about it, right? But in the moment, just, I'm a jacket potato, we've already established this. Just ban them, right? Fucking message me, okay? Message me on Discord and I can talk you through, like, if you, because, like, you can see the ban icons. Like right now, I can see the ban icons because that's a setting in Twitch to show them. By default, you don't see them. You have to right-click their name and fuck around with that. There's just a button right there. I can ban you, time you out, or delete what you've just said. There's those 3 icons right next to your username. And emotionally speaking, fuck. Dude, if you ever get a troll and you're feeling a bit like tetchy about it, just DM me, okay? We can rant together about trolls, right? And just get it off your chest. Because this is something that streamers don't really talk about, is the emotional impact that trolls have, right? And I'm not being a snowflake, but we are human and we do have feelings, and that's exactly what trolls aim to do, is to hurt them. And to get to you to the point where you actually stop your stream. Take your power back, right? Yeah, exactly. Don't let them have that much power. Ban them. Yeah, they might go off and create another account and then come straight back in. Just keep ban. You've got all the time in the world, right? It's one click for you. Ban, 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 ban. Not an issue. After the stream, if you're feeling really upset and fuck, if you feel like you don't want to stream anymore, you fucking message me. I've been thinking about this for some time, to be honest, now that we're on this topic. I've been thinking about setting up like a fucking support group, basically, for streamers who deal with this stuff. Because there's nothing in the world that exists, and people don't fucking talk about the impact, the shit that content creators take from their viewers. It creates all sorts of mental issues, and I'm not talking like depression or as black and white as all of that stuff, but you know, for a content creator, you have to go through the comments, you have to deal with people coming into your streams and criticizing your content in the most nasty ways, leaving porn links in your YouTube channel and on your videos, and telling you what a fucking dickhead you are, even though you know you're not a dickhead. You're just creating content. You're just doing something that you love and that you're passionate about, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, fucking Patreon, like whatever it is. And this is it's an issue. It really is an issue. It's something that we deal with every single day, and no one talks about it. It's like one of those things you don't talk about. Like, you're meant to just hide your pain and just talk to your friends about it when, you know, you go offline and then you have a fucking cry to yourself about how nasty the internet is, right? It's something that we don't talk about, and I think it's something that we should talk about, because it's a very real issue. People get keyboard warrior syndrome, and we all agree that that's not okay, and we don't accept that behaviour, but it still happens. And we don't talk about the emotional impact. And so we see these like bigger YouTubers and streamers, and they say, I'm taking a break for a month. That's probably a large part of the reason as to why. I mean, I've done it. I've taken breaks from YouTube that have lasted 6 months because I've had a spate of trolls or like nasty comments or just nasty fucking people coming after me for no good reason other than they're insecure in themselves, and now I realise this. Because that's what bullies are. Bullies are people who hate themselves, so they hate on other people because it makes them feel a little bit better. Still adds to the view account if they make 50 accounts to competition. Yeah, exactly. You can't take back a channel view, and that's what I say to trolls. I'm like, thanks for the channel view. You've just made my channel more popular by coming in here, even though you're trying to hate on me. Fuck you. Fuck you and thanks. You know, ban. You know, I've taken breaks for that long because you know, emotionally it's gotten to me that much where I felt like, fuck this, fuck my dream, fuck trying to help people, fuck them, they don't deserve it. I don't want this anymore. Thank you for the follow. Squack. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to call you Quack because it's cuter. Thank you for the follow, my love. They must be very unhappy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they are very, very unhappy people. But you know, that's part of the reason why I stream is, you know, and that's why I always give trolls a second chance. They don't get third and fourth chances, but they get a second chance to not be a dickhead. But you know, Gaia, if you ever struggle, and if there's anyone here watching, anyone on YouTube, anyone on Twitch, who's a streamer, and you feel like you want to give up, or you've already given up on your dream of creating content and just connecting with people and making people laugh, or whatever it is that you do, whatever content it is that you create, and you've been put off of it because of fucking assholes, come and join the Cosmos Collective community. Come and talk to me, okay? Fucking DM me and be like, Alice, I'm one of those people, I've given up on my dream because of assholes on the internet, okay? I'll soon tell you what for, alright? We will support each other. And maybe once a week, streamers will all get together in a call and we'll all just have a fucking rant about how idiotic the internet is, just to get it off our chest, so that we can get back to creating content, fighting fit, and regain our resilience. You know, I mean, there was a time back last year, early 2020, where me and 2 other streamers were being bullied by other streamers. And I took a break for a while because I couldn't fucking handle that. Now I'd just be like, fuck off, you know, and that would be it. It might still get to me. I'd probably still be pretty angry and frustrated, you know. I'd end my stream and be like, why the fuck is another streamer trying to fucking stop me from streaming? Like, what the fuck difference does it make if I'm streaming or not? You know, it was absolute high school bullshit. It wasn't even high school bullshit. It was like fucking preschool bullshit, you know. And you know, that's fucking, it's crazy. It's crazy. Full-grown adults were bullying me and 2 other streamers, trying to get us to stop streaming, spreading shit about us. It was absolutely ridiculous. Just drama, bullshit, ridiculousness. And you know, the 3 us streamers who were being targeted, excuse me, we basically formed a little support group, the 3 of us, and we would, you know, whenever we were targeted or had issues, they are still on the platform. Yeah, I'm not going to name them because I'm not a cunt, you know, and each to their own. I'm not going to, you know, name them and encourage drama, because that's just not what I'm about. I'm about live and let live. And if you live in a way that I don't agree with, then I'll go and live somewhere else, you know, and let you crack on. But yeah, they are still on the platform. I have no idea what they're doing or how they're getting on with their viewership or successfulness or whatever. I have no idea. I don't care enough to go and look. And that's the difference between me and people like them. But, you know, we formed our own little alliance, like the 3 of us, and we supported each other, and we didn't bitch about it on stream, but, you know, we behind closed doors, when it was Axl Rose can suck a dick, seriously, that guy's a fucking moron. I watched him get fucking lynched on stage once because he was just at the mention of Axl Rose, I just suddenly, my fucking blood pressure shot up. I saw Guns N' Roses at Reading Festival one year, and they were late on stage by an hour and a half. It was a long time. Yeah, they were late by an hour and a half, and it pushed everything back by an hour and a half. And when they finally came on stage, like, Slash comes out and he looked really embarrassed. He had his head down, he was waving and that and stuff, but he looked really, really guilty. And then fucking Axl comes out and he's like, yeah, hey everyone, yeah, look at me, I'm Axl Rose, you're all waiting for me. And people were climbing on the stage to smack him in the mouth. And security just immediately shut the stage down because people were climbing over each other so that they could punch him in the face. People were so angry. I've never seen a crowd so angry. People were so angry. It was crazy. And they were throwing shit. Like, it was mad. Absolute chaos. A similar thing happened with Blink 182 as well. That was not the same year. But I don't know. Blink 182 one year. I think it must have been the World Cup football. I'm talking about, like, English soccer, right? The World Cup. People here in England take football extremely seriously, and of course Blink 182, they're American, and they come out on stage, and Mark fucking is like, I don't even know why we're here in this rinky-dink island, and soccer sucks. And I was in the mosh pit, and the entire crowd just lunged forward for the stage, and I got fucking pushed along with everybody. I didn't fall over, thankfully, but because if I had, I would have got trampled to death. But immediately everyone booed, and the whole crowd lunged for the stage to fucking throttle him. And again, security all like formed a line, and they linked their arms with each other so that people couldn't get through. People were knocking the fences over to try and climb up on the stage and murder him. And then he starts laughing at the reaction from all the British people who absolutely love their football. And he's like, oh, whatever, fuck you guys. And then they start playing All the Small Things, which is the one song that everyone came for. So he insults us and then immediately starts playing the song that we all came for. Everyone left. The stage was empty. Everyone left. It was just fucking hilarious. That was our little way of giving him a little fuck you. We couldn't smack him in the mouth, so we all just left and let them play to no one. We all went and watched Roots Maneuver instead. That was great. Lady Gaga was late by 2 hours and I was sick as a dog. I was really trying to make it through, but I ended up having to leave early. It happened to Madonna in Miami. It was actually like 3 hours late and they cancelled it. These people just get so big for their boots. They just think they've paid, they'll wait, without thinking that we're human beings with little feet that are getting tired, and we're getting hungry, and we're getting upset, and we're standing around, we're getting fucking bored and impatient. There's only so long that you can make people wait, and no one likes waiting in a doctor's surgery. It's the same fucking thing. Just because we're waiting for something more fun than a doctor, it doesn't mean that we're willing. They don't care. They've already been paid, right? And them getting to sing their songs and stuff, like, that's something that they're very passionate about, and they'll wait all the time in the world for that because that's their passion. But for us as fans, standing in the crowd, we've paid money. And even if we haven't paid money, we've come because we enjoy the music and we want to share in that creativity and that passion. It's not fair to make people wait. That's just giving people one of these. It's like, we're really passionate about this thing and fuck you. It's not, I mean, if I were a musician, I would be early. I'd be fucking early. I would never make people wait for that. But that's me. I'm different, I guess, from a lot of musicians that have made it. It's the ones that have made it. It's the ones that are really rich. They just don't have a fucking care in the world. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break. I really need to get another cup of tea, and I need to eat something. It's 3 o'clock. I'm starting to get my tumblies making the rumblies. It bums you out before you... Right, yeah, exactly. Because then they, you know, finally they come on stage and they start playing and you're having fun again. But you're already pissed off. Like, you don't want to be... You know, if you're excited and you're like, yeah, okay, let's go. And then the show starts, you're like, fucking yeah. But if you're like pissed off and then the show starts, you're just like, ugh. I'm not in the mood for this now. But I have to be in the mood because I'm here and I dragged my ass out of bed and I came all the way here and I paid my money and I'm here now. And I've waited all this time, so I may as well be here. But you don't have fun with it. Not as much. I'm so glad somebody got that reference. I'm so glad that you got that reference. My tumbly was making the rumblies that only hands could satisfy. Fucking great. Fucking great. I think my favourite moment in that was the fucking was the cruise liner. And he goes, shh, listen. That's the sound of forgiveness. It's just absolute silence because he's murdered everybody. And he's like, that's the sound of forgiveness. Right, yes, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go find some human hands to satisfy my tumbly rumblies. And we'll be back in a minute.
never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 27. Baby, I'm a rifle, one bite you're dead. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. What can I say? I need more than desire, more than just a pretty face. So girl, you better walk away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Only one love up beside of the fire. Someone who can handle me. Someone cut your heart too deep. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you try to come closer, I'ma give you some closure. Before you know it, it's over. So run away, run away. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I will if I have to. I'ma tell you what I do. Run away, run away. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite to dead. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite you dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. What can I do? Gotta keep every heart safe, so we make it out alive. I don't wanna waste no time. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Try to play nice so I won't give you heartache. Trust me, baby, when I say, girl, you better walk away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you try to come closer, I'ma give you some closure. Before you know it, it's over. So run away, run away. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I will if I have to. I'ma tell you what I do. Run away, run away. Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle.
Okay, I am back.
Baby, I'm a viper, one bite to dead.
It's a little bit chilly outside. I'm back. I have popcorn. Got a bag of popcorn. I plan on eating the entire bag. Oh god, what are you guys listening to?
Don't think I'm ready for you.
Okay, so I think, yes, popcorn. I think we're going to play some spoops. Do we want to play some spoops? And play some Phasmophobia? Now, how do we want to do this? Do we want to end and then restart with Phasmophobia? Or should we just dive straight into Phasmophobia? Damn, those boobs. I'm thinking I might be brave and play a few solo games. And then Oz, yeah, if you want to join. Should we end and restart? Yeah, I think we'll do that, just for the sake of making my editing life easier. I want my popcorn. Just for the sake of making editing a little bit easier. I have my popcorn. I've got my sweet and salty. Because it's the only way. It's the only way to enjoy popcorn. I'm sorry that's so loud. It's got to be sweet and salty. So yeah, in honor of making life a little bit easier for me for editing, we'll end and then we'll immediately restart with Phasmophobia. So nice. Yeah, this is just Tesco's own, but it's good. It's good, and it's like £1 a bag, so I bought 4 bags. The kitchen is just full of popcorn. Okay, so for the purposes of YouTube, we'll just do like a little outro here. But thank you guys for joining. Super appreciate you for joining me today. Yeah, we're going to hop over to Phasmophobia, so that will be an additional, that'll be like the next video, if you guys want to watch that here on YouTube. Everyone say hi, bye YouTube. And yeah, if you want to join me for spoops, just sit tight. Excuse me, I'm sorry, T-burps. Then sit tight. I'm going to end the stream and then immediately restart it. And yeah, you know, if you haven't joined the Discord, then come and join the Discord. The link to OnlyFans is in the Discord. And if you want to support the community and you want access to all of the YouTube content and any other content that I create 24 hours before it's available to the public, then come and join Patreon and get yourself an exclusive Discord role. And don't forget to use your discount code MAGIC15, MAGIC15, over on Redbubble. For the merch, yes. I have ordered merch and it should arrive in the next couple of weeks. I'm super excited to share it with you guys. Merch has been available for a number of months and I haven't actually been able to buy any of it myself, so finally I have the pennies to do that, so that's going to arrive soon. I'm really excited. I've got a mug and a top, so I'm going to be all branded up soon. What else am I forgetting? Yeah, if you haven't joined YouTube yet, then do get your cute little tush over there. Don't forget to subscribble, because it really helps me out. Helps out the community. It helps everybody. So yes, I will love and leave you. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and thank you again. Thank you again for joining. You guys are beautiful. You are valued, you are worthy, and you are important. Remember that. I will see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Nothing can make me back down. With you, I fly so much higher.